This one is gonna be a bit techy, a bit nerdy, but also a bit more about my philosophy on live performance and how I think while I'm on stage. But let's start with the more nerdy stuff, and then we'll get to what I'm thinking on stage. I think I repeated myself, but let's go. Okay, so when I started performing, I thought that a lot of gear was the thing. I wanted so much stuff, and one thing is that I figured that it would be so much more interesting to look at a stage with a lot going on. Another thing was that I could hide behind the gear and, sit and tweak stuff all the time and not have to interact with the crowd. It was sort of a safe place to be, but it's the kind of safe that hinders instead of enables. So for the last year or so, I've been trying to minimize, and do as much as possible with as little as possible. So the current setup, let's go through it. We have the Yamaha Reface CS synth, but at the moment it's not actually doing any synth stuff, so the volume is down, and if I put it up, I actually point is that right now it only acts as a MIDI controller. So now it shows a sound on Ableton, and now it acts as a MIDI controller instead. But it's fun to have a synth as well. But I don't like having the synth live because I don't know what sound I'm tweaking. So I like to use sounds already that I know how they sound on stage. But I have had this gear for quite some time now and love it. Second thing is the iPad, right? The iPad uses Touchable Pro, and it's a bit tricky to get running, especially with a Windows computer, but I think they are still updating it, so yeah, that's what I'm using. It's basically an Ableton push on the iPad, right? And my setup for the iPad on this iPad is usually I use this iPad to trigger stuff, right? So I have made from my songs, split them up into different sections. So say I want the bass from my song New Person, I can launch it here, and then maybe I want to go into the vocal as well. Right? So I use this to sort of arrange stuff live, and also have the notes on the right so I could play. The problem when I had that set up then is that, say that I like that melody now, I want to be able to loop it, right? So that I can go and do something else. That's where the loop freak comes in. So on my share here, I have this wireless controller that we built for Ableton, and these help me navigate in Ableton. So if you look at the screen now, you see the color change, and that is because I am changing what sound I am selecting, right? So let's go to, and because of the colors I know where I am at. So now I know that the pink sound is the one I used before. And this one also can start and stop looping, right? So let's do it in action. We have this going. And now I press. Press again. And now it repeats, right? So now we can move on to do something else. So maybe I add some harmonies. And let the kick go. And on this iPad, let's stop. On this iPad, it is actually the exact same app, but I am closer to the sounds, and I have set it up so when I select the sound, that's the sound I play automatically. So I can either use the loop free, right, to jump around, or choose the sound on that iPad. And also I usually use this iPad to tweak stuff. So I have, let's loop this sound. Let's do 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have controls here. Let's stop everything except that synth. Right? And the reason I have 2 is so that I can more easy have all the arrangement here. So I have this loop running, over here. And instead of having to go all the way back here, I know that I can go over here and launch the drums. And it waits for the count. Right, you see? And then the microphone, right? Now the microphone is off, but I have the microphone. Let's just unmute it for a second, right? So, right, and then it has auto-tune, or not auto, it's the Ableton's auto-shift, some compression and stuff. And also I have this auto pan to get this better. Let's. You hear it, the thing, and the same thing I have, so I can loop the vocals as well. So let me do a quick demonstration. I'm not promising the best takes of anything right now. I'm just doing it quick so we have the tempo up. So let's record a vocal loop of something. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And I can do another layer. Let's see if I can do harmony. And when I'm on stage, right, you won't hear my off-pitch singing, but the camera will pick it up now, right? But they will on stage they will only hear the tuned. And usually when I play live, I have someone else with me as well, and then they plug in their instrument, whether it's guitar or trumpet or piano or whatever, and then I can loop that as well. But the thing is that I'm never saying to them in advance, you should play like this or like that. It's always, they get an idea and they play that and I think it's nice, so I loop that and then we build it up. So it's almost like I'm sort of playing the instrumentalist in some way. Yeah, and obviously now when I started looping, you had a tick took 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 tick took took took, but you won't have that in a live setting. But it's because I stopped and started. Yeah, and on stage as well, I have the mouse and the keyboard and the computer, but not the extra screen. But I tried really hard so that I don't have to look at the computer. It's more for fail safe. Say that the volume is off or something, then I have the computer there. But in the future, I hope that, if the crowd is in front of me here, that the computer can sort of be behind here, so it gets even more just me and the audience, right? That is the technical stuff. I'm not sharing the screen now. If you want more in-depth in the actual Ableton template, we can do that in another video. But what I wanted to say as well is that I don't like to prepare what I'm playing, right? I just go and on stage decide, oh, this is the vibe. Maybe it should be faster, slower, or I should go into this song, this loop. I don't pre-plan my sets, if you want to call them sets. I improvise on stage, and yeah, that's it.